and welcome to another session of Breakfast with FLI. This is a segment where we serve you your breakfast in terms of financial literacy. And this time around, we are switching things up a little bit and giving you a glimpse of what happens within FLI. And to kickstart this session, we have the Secretariat Manager with us today. And good morning, Mr. Ihemba, and welcome to Breakfast with FLI. Briefly introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, Josephina. Thank you for welcoming you to your program. The name, as said, is Ihemba, Joseph K. I am currently serving as the Secretariat Manager. I thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Now, to get into this very interesting, much anticipated discussion, can you just tell us what are the primary goals and objectives of the Financial Literacy Initiative, better known as FLI?
The Financial Literacy Initiative has 4 objectives. The first one being that of ensuring that Namibians are financially educated and financially capable. The second one is that of ensuring that Namibians are able to choose and appropriately use financial products and services which are best for their needs. And the third one will be about Namibians understand and act upon their rights and responsibilities within the financial sectors and know and make use of appropriate recourse mechanism when the need arises. And the last one is that of monitoring and evaluating the effectiveness and efficiency of its project, of the financial literacy project. That's actually our 4 objectives. And then ultimately the goal is really to ensure that we achieve improved quality of life and narrow economic divide through financially capable and assertive, well-protected Namibians. I think in a nutshell, that actually covers the objectives and the primary goals upon which, or the ground upon which the financial literacy was established.
Very well. That's very much to chew on. But now to get into this, you have mentioned the objectives of FLI and in a nutshell that you want to achieve and this narrowed economic gap when it comes to financial education and literacy. Can you just provide us an overview of the current initiatives and programs being undertaken by FLI to ensure that you achieve your objectives and goals? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much again, Josephina. Our office, actually, particularly the manager's office, actually ensures or it have an oversight to ensure that the strategies for the FLI are implemented. We do the planning, and then we formulate strategies, and then these strategies are actually implemented. We also ensure that the staff members are skilled and retooled and sharpened to actually deliver on our various financial needs in the markets. We also ensure that we coordinate, or through the office, we ensure that we coordinate with the platform supporters to actually get together and know what sort of products and needs that are in the market so that we can develop the various solutions. Now, within our setup, we actually have about 3 units. The first one, actually, the main focus is the one on training and coordination, where we try to actually, the training and coordination focuses on ensuring that we develop the training, financial training materials, and that actually focuses on things like aspects of coaching, on financial management, budgeting, saving, investment, or debt management. So we do this through workshops, seminars, or like, and again I said, and coaching. So at times we also do tailor through this unit. We actually do tailor-made trainings based on the request of our clients. When they request on a specific thing or a focus that they need, we actually then will go out there, or we develop the training needs that actually focuses on that part. There's also another unit within FLI that deals with media. The media actually is responsible. Our media team is actually responsible for ensuring that we're communicating out there to the general public in terms of what initiatives do we have and the packages that we have. So we have messages that we actually send out there to the wider audiences, just really to ensure that we are driving the message of financial education and consumer protection. Then we have another unit that actually deals with financial inclusion. This one actually advocates or promotes the message of ensuring that the unserved groups are actually imparted with the knowledge in terms of what are the products that are out there in the market that they can actually utilize the financial products, and then also ensuring that these consumers are actually informed of what are the maybe the trends that are going in the market, be it the positive one in terms of the products, like I said, but also what are those negative things that are actually happening in the market, things like the scams, to ensure that the responsibility then is just to say that when they are informed, they should be actually be able to at least avoid or do away with such things, and particularly more of the elderly people and those that are actually even using. The elderly people are actually prone to scams because if they are not well informed as to what is really happening in the market, then they are likely to be scammed. They, the young group, your type, you and me, who are also in the digital space, we also prone to online scams. So the financial inclusion aspect also then educated, then promote also that aspect of letting us know as to what is really happening in the market. The last one, the unit, one of the last but not least, actually, one of the units also is the research monitoring and evaluation. This unit actually is responsible for carrying out researches and then also collecting data in terms of to evaluate the impact that we are actually making, such that we operate on evidence-based data to drive really our operation. Our operations are then informed with real data that this is actually what is needed in the market. So those are actually the units that or the units within FLI, and that's actually in a nutshell what we do at Financial Literacy Initiative. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Very well. Well, very well said. I hope you all got that. Now, Mr. Ihemba, you have mentioned training, you have mentioned media and financial inclusion, access to the underserved. You also mentioned trends and various scams that are happening in the market, in the country. What role do you see technology playing in the future of financial literacy to address, to incorporate trends, as well as also ensuring that the underserved, the adult population and the youth are well educated, well capacitated to navigate changes and advancements when it comes to financial technology?
Yes, Christina, again, it's a very crucial question as far as technology is concerned, because in today's world, in 2024, it will be, technology really plays a key role in our financial space. For us to be able to educate, if we cannot use technology, then we'll actually be left behind. You will find that the technology actually provides us varied platforms in which we can actually engage. In terms of our trainings, what we actually, as of this year, what we've been planning is actually including this platform. The idea is that we want to use technology to then educate the general public out there. They should be able to access our information or the financial literacy information either on our various platforms, being it Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or even when you come maybe on our YouTube channel or you go on our Facebook page, you should actually be able to find these type of conversations that are actually recorded, and then you can actually go to it and read. We should actually be able to use platforms of these natures. We have our booklets, for instance. All the booklets that we have, if you go on our website, you should be able to access them. This is actually how technology is really helping us in terms of even various engagements, even when we do our sensitization and promotion as to where we're coming, and even when we give tips, we are using technology to really pass on this message, to convey the message to the general public out there. So that's actually how technology really is actually helping us out. In a nutshell, it's just to say that overall, really, technology has been a transformational catalysts for that have enabled us to actually communicate this message out for our people there. There's actually maybe just to also say that there are also various, for instance, in terms of advancing or promoting the message of financial literacy, you would find that there are also, for instance, if you go on our website, you'll find a, a, a programmed budget tool there. If you want to do your budgeting, that tool that we have on our online system will just actually be able to help you. You put in all your income, your expenditure, and then it will actually guide you to show you whether you are actually budgeting correctly or you are not budgeting correctly. So it's the same technology. Also, if you see, if you of late, if you are technologically savvy, you go online, you'll find in terms of investment, there are actually a lot of financial application that you can actually use, even if you want to train yourself without necessarily even going in the official educational platform, like going to the traditional school to be educated on how to do investment or what are the product out there. So technology helps us really in to make things much easier for us in that particular space. So really, technology is the way to go and the best for now. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, sir. And you mentioned a very important tool that we find on FLI's website, which is a budgeting tool. And I hope our audience is able to access that and use it. But then it brings me to the question of access and underserved. As we are aware of the dynamics within Namibia, and not everybody has access to internet, and not everybody, when it comes to infrastructure, in terms of digital infrastructure, how then do you ensure that you employ strategies to ensure that your programs are accessible and inclusive of individuals with diverse backgrounds? Now you're talking about the underserved, the rural communities, those that don't have smartphones, that do not have internet. What programs do you have for them, our rural communities, our marginalized and underserved? So, thank you.
Yeah, again, thank you so much for that. Um, uh, in terms of our planning and interactions with the general public out there, we have actually developed strategies or then multifaceted approaches in terms of how we should actually reach our various communities out there. So we maybe just to say, when I mentioned when I mentioned earlier the units that we have the training, we have financial inclusion, we have monitoring and evaluation. But of particular importance in this particular space is the media. We use the media team where we do radio broadcasts, for instance, to just reach out. The radio broadcasting is really targeting mostly um, the people, the whole nation. It's reaching all corners. Um, we have, you'll find that maybe the older generation, they have more access to radio, they listen more to radio. So we go out on the radio and then we give some tips, we give some financial um, education there just to reach them. So we have a media team that is particularly responsible for that. We also do sometimes television sessions, television shows where we show that we like on Namibia, what do you call that program? The Good Morning Namibia show, where we'll actually go out there and just speak and elaborate on what are the financial, we give financial tips, we give financial education in that space just to ensure that the people out there get to hear what is really happening or what are they supposed to do. And then we speak about, like I said again, uh, we go out there, we have those social platforms, social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and your YouTube, where we ensure that we publish part of the tips out there so that we actually capture now maybe the younger generation, the digital generation that are following these platforms. So again, where we don't also forget, every now and then we go to traditional media prints where we put adverts of certain things so that the general, those that actually reads, maybe the office people that would grab a newspaper one day, they can actually see, oh, there's a tip on FLI, or there's a promotion, a program that FLI is actually running. It's going to be where and where and where. So that's actually one of the ways that we actually do it. Apart from that, we also do community outreach where we would actually go out there, set up at various places. We call them media activations. We will set up there, and then at a certain corner of any shopping mall or a place where we feel a lot of people do get to pass by, so that we disseminate the information and then ensure that people get to learn and hear more about it, or are reminded about financial responsibility and financial management as to how it's actually supposed to be done. So I think not to belabor the point, but it's just to say that we have actually various ways in which we try to reach various communities and or various populace in it, so that we actually drive the message of financial education and financial and consumer protection, so they are aware of the products and how they can also protect themselves. But we do it through such platforms. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for that. All right. Now, you have said enough, and I really hope our viewers are getting at least a bit of whatever, a little bit of information from that, which is useful to you. And just finally, say, how do you envision the future of financial literacy initiative, and what are your goals for growth and expansion when it comes to FLI?
So, in my view, when I sit and then I'm thinking about FLI, what I envision is to really see that FLI becomes a household name, gain international recognition as a leader in promoting financial literacy, improving the financial well-being of all Namibians, and then thereby really, like I said at the beginning, narrowing the economic divide within the country. Now, in terms of growth and expansion, I'm looking at not only financial, FLI being a household name in Namibia, but it should really be an international brand out there that others that collaborate with international organization in the same space, respected and really engaging together with us whenever the need arises as far as that is actually concerned. I envision to see that the well-being of the Namibian population as far as the financial aspect is concerned is really taken care of to an extent that we improve the level of financial literacy from where it stands probably to 80, 90, 90, 80, whatever, 80, 90% or close to 100%, even in the next 5 years. So I envision financial literacy initiative platform to be actually a platform where we can actually collaborate even with the education sector, so that we can provide an input and the much needed research data to ensure that the training that actually takes place at our various institutions or institution of higher learnings really includes or encompasses real live data, real information, so that the graduates that are studying financial related matters, graduates with that background, that they have real data that they can use, and they are informed well about what is really happening in the Namibian landscape as far as financial products are concerned, as far as the consumer protection aspects are concerned. I envision this institution also to be so significant to an extent that when government try to put in policies that have to do with or that interferes in the or interferes or interrupts in the financial space, really do always consult financial literacy initiative staff members, that's such that they can actually provide an input in developing such policies or strategies. That's actually what I look at, or I'm looking at from where I'm sitting, that in the next few years, we become so significant. We become a household names. We be recognized by our international sister organization that there is a financial literacy initiative platform in Namibia that is really playing that key role to ensure that the financial education, the consumer protection, it's really advanced. I think that's actually my dream or my vision about financial literacy initiative.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Very inspiring and encouraging goals. Yes. And I would say that for the future, with that in mind and working towards that, the future of financial literacy and in Namibia is bright. And yeah, we hope you achieve all that said. And thank you so much for joining us today. And yes, do you have any final words in that regard?
Yeah, Josephina and your team, is just to thank you for this platform that you've created. We are hoping that a number of our platform supporters, we would want to invite you that you must come to financial literacy offices, be part of this platform, engage with us, talk about the products that actually will actually assist all the Namibians out there. Let's send out the message such that all the Namibians at the end of the day will be well off from where they were yesterday and from where they are to be tomorrow, in terms of having an understanding of what are the products in the markets and how can they actually be protected such that they make sound financial decisions to ensure that their children and their futures are actually protected and they become financially independent in future. I thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. And there you have it, Namibia. And this was Breakfast with FLI. And just because the name says breakfast doesn't mean you consume your financial literacy information during breakfast. It's a meal that you can have anytime in the comfort of your home, and that's why we are bringing it to you in this platform. Thank you so much.